video, I'll be briefly discussing PR cards which have expired. What does that mean? If you have a PR card that has expired, that does not mean your status as a PR card holder has expired. It just means that card has expired. And that's very important to understand because a lot of clients panic the second they say, oh my God, my card has expired, now what? So again, the card has expired the same way your driver's license expires, your OHIP card expires, your PR card expires, and you need to renew it. The way you can renew it is making sure you're eligible for that renewal. To be eligible to renew your PR card, you have to demonstrate that you've resided in Canada 2 years in the last 5 years. So that's one. If you have that, and if your PR card has expired, it's not a big deal. It's an application that we can submit. It's relatively straightforward. And if you have an urgent travel date, we can ask for urgent processing. However, I get more complicated cases, and that's where they don't meet residency obligations and their PR card has expired. So what then? In that case, you're then divided into two categories. Either we can do something called a PR card renewal with Humanitarian and Compassionate Arguments, or PRTD, so PR travel document. They're relatively similar, except the PR with H&C has to be submitted while you're physically in the country, and the PRTD is while you're outside of the country. So an example would be you're a UK citizen, you're a PR card holder from Canada, you got a PR card that has expired. So now what do? And you don't meet the residency. Because you come from a visa exempt country, it is possible that I can get you into this country through the United States, right? You're a UK holder, you can travel to the US no problem, and then you can drive into Canada. And what I would have to do for you is I would have to prepare a port of entry package explaining to the officer, the CBSA officer, that you are a PR card holder, that to allow you entry, and show them the package that we will submit inside Canada the second you're allowed entry into the country. If you are, for example, a Pakistani citizen and you don't have a US visa, obviously you cannot travel to Canada because your PR card has expired, then a PRTD is your option. We would have to submit the PRTD outside of Canada into your visa office that governs Pakistan, and processing times, to be honest, is relatively the same whether it's inside or outside, except when you complete the forms, you check off PRTD and not the PR card renewal within Canada. 12 to 18 months is regular processing currently for individuals who do not meet the residency obligation. One of the things that we should remember when we're filing a PRTD or a PR with H&C are the arguments that you're going to be making. Ultimately, the officers are looking for two main things. One is, why did you leave Canada and not meet the residency obligation? And two, how can you convince me now that this time you will be permanent resident of Canada? So despite you not meeting the residency obligation, according to immigration, you are still a permanent resident. So you have to demonstrate that you see Canada as your home. And one way of doing that is your ties to Canada. What do you have here? Do you have family here? Do you have friends here? Do you have ties to the community? Do you have property here? Do you have kids that go to school here? Maybe you have a wife that works here, etc., etc. And second, obviously, why did you leave in the first place? What made you not meet the residency? And the three arguments that work the best is most individuals had high aspirations of coming and immigrating to Canada, but unfortunately the employment market wasn't the greatest. So they had to go back to their home country because they had better jobs. So employment reasons is number one. And one thing you should do is apply for jobs within Canada while this application is in process to demonstrate to the officer that you're ready to come back, and you will come back as soon as you get that job offer that you're looking for. The other one is best interest of the child. So if there are minor children involved and it is in their best interest for you to be in this country and for them to be in this country, perhaps schooling, healthcare system, etc., that's another argument that can be made. And the third and very common argument is when you had to exit the country due to a family emergency. Most of my clients have to exit unexpectedly because a parent became ill. and they had to attend to that parent, and they anticipated maybe a month being away from Canada, and that month turned into years. So if you can demonstrate that with medical records, etc., the type of support that you provided, then you have a very high chance to getting that application approved. If you fall in this situation, please give us a call today. We're here to help. Thank you. Until next time.